Alright, everybody. We've returned with more, Zelda from A to Zelda. A more clever title if you can see the brackets. Brackets? Parentheses. But you know, let's not go crazy. It's not like an amazing title. Alright, where am I headed? The woods. Alright. Alright. Should I go check the river in the dark world in the hopes that because there was something in the light world in the river, that there's something in the dark world in the river? Whoa, buddy. Ha! Damn it. Oh, hello. Ah, shit. Don't know if that's what I really wanted to do. But, you know what, fine. We'll do this now. Oh, okay. We'll do this for a very limited time. I'm not gonna lie, the swimming in this game is not spectacularly good. Did you see that fish? I saw a fish. This game is a link to the past, but it's also a link to my past. You know the part in a YouTube video where someone gets real philosophical? They're like, in some ways, we're all the link. The link between worlds. The link to the past. The adventure of Link. I'm none of those things. I'm playing a game right now. Ah! I did want to see if that witch in the light world had finished her potion or whatever she's giving me. Yeah, there's a magic fish, but I don't know what to do about the magic fish. Is it like you throw stuff in the river? Throw a bomb in the river? Like dynamite fishing style? You know, I haven't been playing this game up to this point, certainly, with the idea of, like, just wrecking house. Just like, okay, I'm gonna destroy things. You know, just generally be a little jerk. It'd be good to have, some medicine or fairies, I suppose. I know there's something with the fish. Because, you know, he's like glowing. Shimmering. He makes the whole place shimmer. Shrabble-rabop. Shrabble-rabop. Maybe I have to give this witch another mushroom? Alright. I'll do it. But that's what you said last time. Ha! Turn and turn. That's no good. Oh, wait. Okay. This is magic powder. There's a cave somewhere. Oh, shit. Did I write it down in my notes? 100 rupees. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Could be the cave on the east side of the lake. Highly unlikely. Okay, I'm gonna try to go in the waterfall and throw my shield in there. I do find it fun the way this game has been arranged so that it's like you can do certain things at certain times, you know? Other things are blocked. Oh, right, that doesn't work that way. Oh, right, that's not at all how this game works. I know the magic powder turns these little guys into something. Makes them a lot more killable. Where does this go? Where am I now? Oh, this is actually kind of where I want to be, isn't it? If I can get up on that side. There's a cave. And I think it's the one with that, like, blood bowl. So it's probably not this entrance, right? Aha! No. But it could be down outside. That down path. What are these crabs doing at a lake like this? I find that those replenish quite shocking. Okay, balls. Could be... on the little island out here. I don't think I really did anything on this island, but I don't remember. Well, it's clearly a Dark World thing to unlock. Think it'll have kept track? Oh, okay. I think I did bombs before. Wait a minute. The hell is this? Ha! Thought you could keep your children safe here, huh? Your children are safe nowhere. That's what you learn as an adult. Your children will never be safe. Did you like the gleeful way I was like, tee-hee, your children will never be safe? Guys, I watched a movie that was really bad. And it's kind of embarrassing because, I mean, it's not embarrassing, but I can't pretend to be surprised that it was bad. To be honest, because, I mean, it was real bad. Yeah. Can I throw my shield in? Yes. Maybe my sword? Yes. Oh. Alright. There's still one more shield upgrade to go, but I'm gonna try a sword. Just to go wild. Maybe I should try the glove. What if she gives me a better glove? I'll give it back to you. Quit screwing around. She kind of brought this on herself. I don't feel bad for her because, like, you know, by giving me the better item, it kind of makes it seem like... It has very sinister music that I think is, like, sort of designed to make you think that, you know, if you might be doing something stupid. Which, you know, I don't really need additional things to make me think that. I usually assume that I'm doing something stupid. Why is there a sign here? Ah. A clue. And hint. Okay. Well, should we head back to the dark world and continue with our mighty struggle? Where is it? Up here? And I'm going really far. I found a handy glove, as it was called in the last game. Okay, so the movie I watched was Spirit Halloween. A movie, I guess, based on the retail store that, you know, pops up around Halloween and takes over usually places that other retail outlets have, I guess, failed to keep alive. How do I get over there? Jeez, don't I have to go down and around? Oh. That's handy. I wonder how often that happens. I watched Spirit Halloween. You might be wondering why. Well, I do exercise sometimes. And so basically what I'll do is I have like a tablet. I throw it up on the rowing machine and I'll watch a movie while I'm rowing. Sometimes this probably is not an optimal viewing scheme. You know, I watched probably a third of John Wick and was just like, I don't know, man, I don't get it. And I was like, well, I do need to acknowledge that watching it in this setup is probably not ideal. You know, I was like, I can admit to that. I'm an adult. A bee. That's right, and you can capture them and put them in a jar, and then they'll like attack people for you. An attack bee. I don't think I've been in this area in the light world, if it exists. So yeah, you know, I was like, I don't think John Wick is for me, but I didn't necessarily think it was bad. Although, okay. Can I script doctor John Wick for a second? So in John Wick, this is not going to spoil anything because it all happens in the first 10 minutes. Plus, I think everyone except me has seen and loved John Wick, so this is probably unnecessary. John Wick is a guy who has a fancy car, and then some people come to his house and rob him and kill his dog. The dog is a puppy that he got his wife somehow set up for him to get because she was dying. And so she somehow set it up so that when she was dead, he would have this dog because she's like, you know, you need something to love or something. It's a little weird. It's a little complicated in a way that I didn't appreciate, but fine. I'm not going to get all uptight about it. So John Wick has this puppy, and then somebody comes and kills the puppy because it's like, well, yeah, it's, you know, it's a huge monster. Somebody is a terrible monster. Didn't I get a shovel? Where the hell's my shovel? I don't understand. I thought I had a shovel. Where did the shovel go? Didn't some kid give me a shovel or something? Is it a light world only shovel? What happened? I'm like looking all around the screen to see if I can like find the shovel. Okay, so I can't go this way. How the hell do I get over there? How does one access that area? So, kills the puppy, right? And, you know, oh, I see. Maybe I have to get there in the light world. And then make my move. Maybe there's a warp or something to the dark world from the light world. What do we have here? So, yeah. So here's the problem with the way it's done in the movie. John Wick barely knows this dog, right? They're not like best friends forever. It's a brand new dog. We as the viewer don't know this dog, you know. Other than, the only reason it works is because it's a cute puppy. And so you're like, well, what kind of asshole would kill a puppy? And the thing is, I think that the way this is done is it's so, because then the puppy gets killed, then we find out John Wick, it was like, oh my god, he's like the craziest assassin of all time. What the fuck were you thinking, killing his puppy? And you know, the guy's like, oh, I didn't know. And I'm like, how do you not know? Okay, I'm gonna try something here. Yeah, this is working. That was amazing. Okay, so now... Chew. Oh. Well, this is really where I wanted to go anyway. Crap. Okay, well I got that. As long as you do something, right? Each playthrough is worth it. As long as you accomplish one thing. You're making progress. I think the point of having it be a puppy is that it A, quickly establishes the bad guy as the bad guy, but B, it kind of gives John Wick an excuse to go apeshit. I'm not like totally opposed to that, but I think it's lazy because I think it's like, I'm not a big fan of Hitman movies where a hitman is like the main character that I'm supposed to identify with or whatever, because I feel that you know, in movies a hitman is always like some slick, besuited, you know, a John Wick, a gun kata, you know, whatever, he's got the greatest skills in the world and all this crap. And in reality, I'm like, okay, every time you see a hitman on 2020 or whatever, it's like some, you know, garbage human who is like, I'll kill someone, and they're like, I'll do it for, you know, $4,500. It's always an amount that's, I'm not saying $4,500 is no money, but that seems like a low amount. Not just to kill somebody, but for the potential, you know, trouble that's gonna cause you. That seems like a low amount to spend or to be paid. Like, to me, it just feels like, well, alright. If you're gonna pay me $4,500 to kill somebody, I don't know. Even if I don't have an awesome paying job, I can make that in like a couple months, right? And if I feel like a couple months down the road, when I was thinking about my life choices, I'd be like, you know, I'm on the run from the cops. My $4,500 that I had has long since dried up. I'm starting to think that I may have made a poor decision. Maybe there's a warp in here somewhere. Oof. Oh god. The game is over. I don't know what's happening. Just that I'm getting my ass kicked. So anyway, I feel like the puppy is, you know, a schmaltzy, cheap way to do that, to make it be like, hey, John Wick's not in the wrong here. And you're like, I mean, he's not in the wrong for being pissed off that, you know, people broke into his house and stole his stuff, and especially killed his puppy, right? But, and you know, the thing is with the puppy, okay? Like, it makes the story less complicated, because you do have to have feelings about it if you're like, you know, if this wasn't just some random group of toughs who decide to take John Wick and steal his car and rob his house, right? If this was like comeuppance for his past, you would, as a viewer, kind of have to be like, John Wick did things in his past that created this result, right? Like, this wasn't just about... He wasn't just a victim here. And did his puppy deserve to die? No. But it's the choices that John Wick made that resulted in his puppy dying. Whereas the way they set it up in the movie, it's like, well, it's not really that way. His puppy doesn't have anything to do with anything. And like, because the attack is just random, it has nothing to do with like his life choices or whatever. It's just a thing that happened. So I don't like that aspect too much. I'm not the biggest fan of that. But the bigger thing to me is like, okay, we have, at the beginning, I think it's like in flashback and stuff, and we get the idea that his wife is dead and whatever. And then I think, if I understood the movie correctly, his wife knew he was an assassin, right? And so she was probably kind of like, I think he's going to go off the deep end, when I'm gone, because what does he have left to live for? You know what I mean? He has nothing in his life. So she gets him a puppy to be sort of like, oh my God, ghost chicken. Amazing. You are flying away so fast. I know there's a tree you can talk to that's actually productive, I think, at some point. Okay, I got up here. Do I go straight to the dungeon, or do I attempt things first? I like that this tree is like, knock into me, will ya? Have an actual bomb. I'm gonna blow up a small piece of real estate to get you. There's gotta be something worth something in this village, right? Oh my God. If I'd known that, I would have waited. Damn it. 300. Oh shit. I think that guy's gonna thieve me. I can't believe that worked. Okay, hold on. This is like something you can throw things in, I think. Damn it. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh. Run, run, run. So here's my fix for John Wick's. God. I think there's a heart. Oh my God. What are the chances? I was like, I'm pretty sure there's a heart piece in here, but I have no idea which one. Oh my God. Things came up Millhouse. That really happened. Here's the fix for John Wick, everybody. The dog is not a puppy. The dog is an old dog. A nice, like, aging lab or golden or something. And then what you do with the dog is, the dog was around when the wife was around as well, right? And so then what happens is when the dog is killed, not only have these people killed John Wick's dog, they've killed his last connection to his departed wife. That's it. They severed the last tie between him and his wife. So you don't get the cuteness of the puppy, although you could do it in flashback, so that's fine. What you do get in exchange is you get, well, you actually care about the dog. You know what I mean? It means something to you, but it also means something to John Wick that the dog is dead. Not that, like, it's totally meaningless. You know, a dead dog is not a fun time, but, like, you could have freighted the dog with so much meaning, and instead it was like, just make it a puppy, because people will understand that that's bad. You know what I mean? And I would pose that, you know, it's like, killing an old dog is like, in ways, as bad as killing a puppy, because it's like, this dog wasn't doing anything to you, you know what I mean? It's so senseless and mean. I mean, any way you slice it, it's senseless and mean, right? So there's not much in it to just say like, it's, ooh, but it's more meaner to do it this way or whatever. I think what I'm trying to get at here is like, you know, I think you could get more from what's happening here if you went with an older dog instead of a young dog. That's all. Oh, crap. The horsemen are back. The head with having horsemen. I wonder what they are gonna do to me. Probably hurt me. Any way they can. Alright, not enormous. That wasn't so bad. A lot of stuff on the screen. A not super common Super Nintendo slowdown was experienced just then. So yeah, that's my John Wick's fix. Because I think it's a better movie. You know, I think it's a better movie. You don't even have to get into the thing that I want, which is like the hitman are bad. Like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to, I guess, ruin people's fun that way. You can just have it happen. There are a lot of rooms in this. I need to stop picking those up. Except, I think there might be a key in one. Okay. Ta-da! So anyway, Spirit Halloween is another movie that I would love to script doctor. Here's the thing about Spirit Halloween, everybody. Okay, it was bad. I wonder if I could have gotten in there from this room. Balls. The thing about Spirit Halloween is like, I didn't have high expectations, you know, I'm not that dumb. But, you know, I was like, what? Oh, I got hit by one of those things. A thinger. Okay. Shit. What happened? Woohoo! I will have that. It wasn't good, and I didn't expect it to be. But it was worse than it needed to be. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't need to be as bad as it was. Because there are some very minor things they could have done to just, I feel, make it work. So, I mean, I think the first mistake of Spirit Halloween, the movie, is they tried to have actually a couple of different sincere subplots. And I understand, you know, the sort of... It's kind of what you do with a kid's movie. You try and make it have some kind of, like, actual meaningful subplot of some kind. And I get that. But they tried to do two. And I think one was a little too meaningful. But also the two subplots are kind of at loggerheads with each other. So, subplot A is, you know, it's these three boys, they're friends. And they're, like, figuring out what to do on Halloween. As, you know, we all did at some point in our lives. And they're, like, kind of battling with each other because, you know, one's like, we're too old to trick or treat. And the other one's like, no, we're not. Which this is, I think, a very tragic part of young life. Not that you don't get candy and stuff anymore, but that, you know, you feel like you're too old for stuff when you're not too old for stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and I came up with a solution to this problem on my own, by the way. And my solution was, you know what? We should make it so that kids are legally required to trick or treat from the age of like 10 to 13. And 13 is the first year that, or the last year you trick or treat. It's a little old, I think. The magic of the blind thief. You know, 13's a bit old to trick or treat, but that's kind of the point. Is I think, go ahead and do it until you're a little too old for it. And then, you know, you can, stop doing it. Because, like, I think most kids probably could have trick-or-treated for one more year. And, you know, been fine. Because also, like, a 13-year-old, I don't think I would, if a 13-year-old came to my door, I don't think I'd be like, hell no. I mean, I'm not really that way anyway. I wouldn't particularly be upset if, like, a 17-year-old came to the door trick-or-treating. Here's what I don't like. If it's a 17-year-old who's not trying, or a couple 17-year-olds with no costume, I'm like, come on, guys. I mean, I still give them candy because I'm like, fuck it. And also because I'm like, I don't necessarily think it's wise to, you know, teens come to the door, and if you don't give them candy, you're a little hostage on Halloween. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with being held a little hostage on Halloween. But yeah, that's my solution for that problem. Because I just, you know, I remember the last year. Well, I remember the first year I didn't trick or treat, and I was going to, and then got together with my friend, and we were like, never mind, basically. It's a little more complicated than that, I suppose, but not really. So that's subplot A, which I like, because I'm like, yeah, that's very appropriate for a kid's Halloween movie, as a subplot that's basically, we're too old to trick or treat, no we're not. I'm like, yeah, I think that every kid has that moment. And, you know, they either are the kid who's like, no, we could still trick or treat, or the kid who's like trying to convince their friends to do something else. The other thing is, I think, you know, for people who are like, no, that's too old to trick or treat or whatever, I'm like, let me pose this though. At age 13, you're too young to go to like a party, really. Like, you can... Oh, fuck. You can go to a party, but, you know, 13-year-olds aren't going to be going, hopefully, to parties where there's, like, booze. And, you know, stuff like that. So it's like, parties when you're 13 are a little weird. Because you're like, I don't understand what people do at parties. And then you get a little older and you're like, oh. But, anyway. Wow, that thing really kicked my ass, didn't it? I picked the wrongest door. Oh, you think I'm gonna get the super glove? Oh. I can already lift it. Jeez. There's a lot going on in this dungeon. Ah! So, because kids that age can't go to like a, what I'm just gonna call like a real party, and we don't really want them doing that, right? I just had to let myself go because I was like stuck on the edge. That little slime really took his opportunity there. Ooh, what is this? Can I kill these guys somehow? Yeah, sucks to that. Sucks to your ass, Mar. Ah. So, you know, I think the thing with forcing them to trick or treat is like, you know, we're probably preventing them from doing other things that we also don't really want them doing, like vandalizing shit or going to parties that they probably shouldn't be at yet. You know what I mean? It's like... Uh-oh. I think this is a deception. Aha! Aha! Titan's mitt. Oh my god. Don't worry, lady. I'll save you. But not gonna be easy. Okay. You're so strong. So stupid. Hey, there's a crack in that wall. Take me outside? Cash me outside? I know this is a trick. This is the trick I was being warned about. Don't let the dark whatever do whatever. Oh, wait a minute. Can I use the mirror, do you think? Ah! Oh, no. Oh, no, guys. Oh, no. No, no. Hmm. Okay, so that's subplot. That's the subplot. The basic one of... Which is the one that I preferred. Because I was like, yeah, that works. And I was like, that's a good... Like, low-level stakes, right? To kind of, like, do whatever. And so then the idea is, you know, the one kid is like, let's trick-or-treat. And the other one's like, that's for babies. So then the trick-or-treat wanting to do kid is like, all right, I'll show you. And he's like, I came up with the spookiest idea ever. We're going to spend the night in the spooky Halloween store. And they're like, yeah, right. You know, that sounds cool. And so then we're set up. And I was like, this is great. The other subplot, however, is that the kid who wants to trick or treat, his dad is dead. And he, you know, he has a stepdad who seems okay. He's not great, which is I kind of liked because, you know, the stepdad is like trying to get him to do stuff very differently from the way they did it when his dad was alive. And, you know, this kid is resisting those changes, and mom is a little bit like, I don't know, you know, give it a chance or whatever, and the kid's not having it. And I sort of feel that, not just because I had step-parent, but because I'm like, I mean, you know, I don't know, maybe give the kid some time. He's a kid, his dad is dead. And it's like, now you're trying to have replacement dad and be like, well, you gotta be a good big brother to your, you know, little sister or whatever. And it's like, I think if this kid is like not, you know, taking apart frogs in the woods or whatever, you're probably doing okay. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, he's not doing anything alarming. And it's like, well, he wants to trick or treat with his friends and they don't want to do that. And his dad's dead and whatever. And you're like, okay, you know, maybe cut him some slack. That's all. Maybe you as the parent, your job is to cut a kid some slack here and there. But so, you know, it kind of has this theme. The two subplots go together in as much as the theme is kind of like letting go of the past. So you've got the one letting go of the past, which is, oh my god, that was close. Which is trick-or-treating. And, you know, all that stuff. But you've got the other one, which is let go of the past, which is like your dead dad. And that one I was a little more like, I don't know, man. You don't have to like let go of the past when we're talking about like my dad's dead. You know what I mean? I think the idea of letting go of the past can be a little flexible there. Because you know, you don't have to... The message of, like, let go of the past, when the past is, like, my dad's dead and, you know, I still care about him, is like, it seemed questionable to me. And, I'm not coming at this movie on the level of, like, oh, it's got a bad message, because I don't think it was super intentional as far as being, like... Yeah, you know, let go of the past, you know, the past is dead or something. I think it was more like, to me, felt more like, it just felt like a misstep in as much as I was like, you don't need a second subplot. You've got one. You don't need two. And the first one I felt was like, yeah, that's a good subplot for a movie like this of, you know, we're not little kids anymore, okay? And both subplots kind of do the same thing. So on one hand, you could look at it as like, oh, this is clever in that, you know, it's doing... It dovetails, right? It creates two two sort of versions of the same story within each other. And that's not bad. I don't think that's a bad thing to do at all. But... And you know, I think the other part of it is it comes into the story later. I mean, it has a little more purpose or something, but the main thing is that, you know, they kind of are like, you gotta let go of your dad in order to move on in life or something. And it was weird. But the main part of it, the main objection I have to it is that it's kind of like when you see an actress get nude in a horror movie, or not even a horror movie all the time, but a movie that's just not very good. And you're like, oh, honey, not for this movie. You know what I mean? You're like, if you're going to get nude for some movie and it's like, well, I don't know, it's pretty artsy or something. I guess it's like, yeah, or, you know, being nude in Oppenheimer is different than being nude in Invisible Maniac. Or something like that. Okay, so this is like where the boss could be, I guess. I want to get up here. How do I get up there? And it felt like that. It felt like, you know, oh, dead dad, like, not for this movie, guys. You know, couldn't we have done something more, I don't know, reasonable? Like, do we need to pull the dead dad card to make this movie work? It's Spirit Halloween the movie. And it's like, I think if Spirit Halloween the movie took itself a little bit more unseriously, that would... No one is gonna see Spirit Halloween and be like, this movie takes itself way too unseriously. You know what I mean? For the subject matter. It's like, no, you can't take this too unseriously. This isn't a serious topic. It's silly. So anyway, that's how they get in the situation. So that's part one, is I'm like, just get rid of the dead dad storyline. You don't need it at all. In fact, I don't even really think you need parents in the movie, period. Rachel Lee Cook is the mom. She's all that herself, which was weird. It's funny because, like, actresses that were like a big deal when I was a kid. Oh, am I remembering this right? Do I need to, like, get her in a shaft of light? Does that do something? Actresses that were big when I was a kid are like moms in movies now. Like, they have small movie parts, or mom parts. They have little mom parts, if you know what I mean. Alicia Silverstone was in a movie. The Lodge, The Cabin, The Cabining. Something where they're like, the worst dad in the world is like, I'm gonna go on vacation with my two kids and their new stepmom. And the new stepmom is Alicia Silverstone. I think, no. Alicia Silverstone is mom, who at the very beginning of the movie shoots herself or something. And you're like, okay. So then dad is like, I got a new stepmom for you. And we're going to go on vacation to a cabin for Christmas or something. Because it's like, too many memories in the old house. But then he's like, oh, I got to do a work thing. So kids, I'm going to leave you at the cabin with your new stepmom or whatever. And you're like, guys, like, this is a bad idea. Okay, like, take your kids to the cabin with new stepmom. I could see it. But I don't know, man. I'm not like a child psychology expert, but I'm like, I think there's a balance to be struck between, like, you know, old and new life of parents passing away. And, like, especially if your mom shot herself, I feel like, you know, there's going to be some complicated feelings for the kids that way. And I think that's, you know, again, being the adult is about being like, you know, I don't need these kids to treat me the way they treated their mom. Or love me the way they loved their mom. Like, if that happens, I'm all for it. Great, that would be fun. But if it doesn't, you gotta be okay with that. You know what I mean? You gotta just let it go. So, anywho, I think Spirit Halloween is like, Spirit, just figure out what movie you are. We as viewers all know what kind of movie you are. You know what I mean? We know this is like a little, it's like a, you know, a Disney Channel Halloween movie, right? And you're like, I know some of those would do like a dead dad or a dead mom or something, but you don't have to. You know, maybe we're past that as a society. Okay, but here's the other thing. The big disappointment for me was like, there's really not that much like Spirit Halloween shit in the movie. And I kind of thought this would be like a movie jam-packed, like everywhere you look would be, you know, Spirit Halloween this and Spirit Halloween that. And it really wasn't. Like, it was really light on the amount of spirit stuff, on the amount of Halloween spirit, if you will. And that was disappointing because there's a sequence towards the end where it's like all the animatronics are kind of coming to life and stuff. And you're like, you know, they're being possessed by a ghost basically, but all at once. And you're like, yes, this is what this movie should be, is like, you know, a million different animatronics going nuts. And it's like these kids are trying to escape whatever. I'm like, that's what this movie is. That's a good choice. But like, they didn't really do that. And I was like, why wouldn't you do that? You have access to the animatronics. Don't go this way. Why? I was gonna do it anyway, but then I was like, she's just gonna vanish, right, if I do that? I'm gonna get ghosted. Please don't go this way. Okay. Fine. You little jerk. Where do I go, though? Where? This is where I found you. It can't be this. I don't know where. And this is where I found you, right? That's how that worked? So anyway, I felt like by the end, you know, this could have been stupid, very product placement-y, but fun? Like, they could have made it fun if they just sort of leaned into, like, the ridiculousness of it. But they didn't. And it seemed like instead of being ridiculous, they went too hard into being like, what if this is like a real movie? I'm like, guys, it's not a real movie. It's not. It's not, never going to be. Something I feel strongly about in movies is like, I think movies, even that aren't that good, are better when they know what they are. You know what I mean? Like, if you're making a trash action movie that, you know, is just crap, but you know that's what you're doing, it'll probably be pretty watchable. Whereas if you make a trashy crap action movie that you think is high art, I'm probably going to be bored. Okay. I want to be, I think, if I could be in B1 in that lower square, then I could maybe drop through this pot. So I want to try and get to where the skull is, perhaps, and then around that area. Yeah, this isn't necessary. Okay, so we go upstairs. Shit. Yeah, and I want to go down. Damn it. It's frustrating when you're playing these because you're like, when you're thinking, I've been where I want to be, I just don't remember how I got there. Okay. Maybe if I go to that left side, I see there's a staircase there, it looks like. I think that's what the little yellow indicator is. Do I have another fairy? Sure hope so. Ah! Huh. Okay. I'm doing it. Ah, shit. Come on. Come on. Oh, life is so unfair. No! Okay. Annoying. Yeah, see, I thought this is where I needed to get. I was like, it's like if you take her through the light, then it reveals that she's not really... Okay, so maybe... But this is the top floor, so I can't come down to this floor. Alright, well, guys, I'm out of time for today. I have bad news. Hopefully I start with the glove again next time. I don't know if I will. But maybe, maybe not. But I have to go to work. So I'll see you later, I guess. What a horrible place to leave this.